Hey everyone, welcome back to BARCastTV. Felt like doing a little bit of a streaming session here. Gonna do some practice games versus my boy Neza. We actually might talk a little bit after this or coming up and review one of his games from the BPL. So we have that to look forward to. Maybe Neza will grace us with his presence. Come on the channel. Be cool to see. I'm just gonna pull up my chat here. Maybe y'all would join me live. I don't stream too often, but sometimes I get the inclination to do just that. Welcome if you're here. Yeah, so this is Canis River. Been really enjoying the games on this map. It gets to T2 often enough. Talking with Blodier a little bit earlier today. He was sharing his thoughts on the map and how he thinks it's more of a vehicle map. So I'm gonna try doing just that. See how it goes. Do 3 next start. Just hopped out of the shower, all cleaned up. Pretty relaxed. Feeling good. I'll try my best to narrate in the games. I know I don't do that well with that, but you know, always room for improvement in that regard. So, of course, in classic 3-mech style, you kind of have to burn up this solar just for a couple of seconds to make sure you don't energy stall. I'm gonna go 2 wind turbines into vehicle lab. Got a nice little space along the top of the lab on the right side of the lab. Whew. So what do we do here? On first. Not sure what I did with that order. Kind of clunky. I'm not exactly sure what to do off of a this vehicle open, but we'll just play it by ear and figure it out. Might have overmade E, but I'm just content to sit here with the commander. Did I say GLHF? I didn't. Throw that out there. The old cheesy GLHF timing. Gotta love it. Oh, winds are really cooking right now, so I'm gonna go back to assisting this factory. So Blodier had this like what, 1 con, 4 blitzes, 3 scouts. It's an interesting spawning position, actually. Gonna lose a scout if I'm not careful. Put my commander on low priority. He's got a LLT in his main, so he's got 2 LLTs made already, so I think I'm a little ahead in that regard. Feeling pretty good about this open so far, so I got a couple of expansions. I just need to protect myself. Fortunate that radar came up just then.
Low power. Metal extractor lost.
It's not good. Kind of stalling on E at the moment, and I have my commander on low priority. Let me fix that. And I can get like all these cons, so that's pretty good for me. Maybe all of them? I lost all my pressure at the moment, but actually need to go into a second air here, or maybe just a vehicle lab. Excuse me, bot lab. Not sure what his pressure is looking like on the right side of the map. I'm actually kind of nervous for that. And you get some scouts over there. Okay, he's got another run by on the other side of the map, looks like, so. Spent all that metal I had saved up, that's good. Well, I guess let's see, finally got a good trade here, so I'm gonna try and back off. It's a big counterattack. I'm gonna have to find a way to stop that. Maybe I can pull off some of his forces. Got some good. Janus! You got a couple of good shots off. I have no idea where his commander is, so I have to tread lightly, I suppose. Neza likes to go air switch, so I'm just gonna kind of preemptively try and set up a couple of AA bots around. I'm pretty. Oh, I don't want to attack into that. Well, maybe I do. I think I can go T2 soon, I guess. Ah. Okay, there's his commander. Not too worried about that anymore. Switching to medium tank production. Oh, I have a lot of troops over here, jeez. Okay. Okay, I think that's kind of GG. I might just reclaim my factory here. It's kind of hard to recover from. I got decent red spots in position, and I just don't think he can really contend with the standing army I have, let alone the tech transition I'm working on. Little boon and economy here with those extra resources. I'm just gonna try and buy time for these res bots. I can just actually reclaim this.
Aircraft spotted.
Oh, never mind. What is this button? For idle con, right click? I'm not sure how to select an idle con on grid actually. It's embarrassing. Yeah, so I'll just get my T2 units up and probably just go attack them. Got some, a little bit of AA here in my army, so I don't feel too bad about. I'm gonna scout and see where his commander is at. GG. Yeah, that was a decent match. Feel pretty good about that. Vehicles do seem really strong on that map. Oh, Turbo's here. What's up, man? Hope you get the chance to play in the next Bar Pro League, actually. I need more LLTs. Sure. What could he have done differently there? Trying to think back to the early game. I know I got some decent initiative with those early scouts. Maybe you should look at the build queue. Make before the first tank, right? I really think that like scout versus scout part of the matchup, like 5 or 6 at least. I've seen players go up to like 11 or 12 scouts before that. Yeah, that's something I picked up. I think 5 or 6. It's a little more stable, I'll say that. Um, okay. Yeah, I offered to look at that game as a or series he played against LDM yesterday or February 10th, 2024. I think he said he wanted to at least look at the Canis River game, so it's gonna be pretty much more of the same. I had a chance to, like I said earlier, talk to Blordier and some of the other mentors during Sunday at the bar. So I think I have a little bit better understanding maybe of what to actually do or how to approach the map. Basically make blitzes, right? Just like running blitzes around, running running scouts around. I think I messed up a little bit with the early open there. I got my third con out a little too quickly. I gotta check and uh, maybe steal an open, steal a build order from another player. Hope you guys are liking the cast so far or enjoy these kind of casts. If you do, hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know. If you want to see me play some team games or something, I can do that too. So just really prefer 1v1s, I think. Yeah, it depends on I actually, it was funny enough, I jumped into an AVA with Neza. Him and I were the two highest rated players on the team, so I was like, I don't really want to try hard, and he asked me to play 1v1, so here I am try harding. Such is life. I think we're gonna do the same thing. I saw an interesting strat over here from Rag, just doing like this thug push from that position, but frankly, I'm not sure if Nez is gonna give that one to me if I try to pull that on him. I think he's too good for that, maybe. Oh, hey, Chris. I don't really stream a lot, so it maybe explains why you don't get notifications on that. Maybe I could be more, not diligent, what's the word? Consistent with when I do stream, just pick a day or a time that I choose to stream on. So more of the same. I like doing the solar into double wind. Solar into double wind feels great. Don't get screwed over. So for those of you who missed it, Sunday at the bar, I learned something new actually. This like wind, if it's going up or down or kind of staying the same, it changes every 15 seconds. And what it changes to stays on there for 15 seconds. So take that how you will. I think I like this. A stalling energy, aren't I? It's at 14. Well, I didn't get an early radar up actually. Well, I did. They're just over here. Not really where I'm used to placing them. Just trying out different things here. Oh, thank you for that, Seshkorin? Seshkorin? So I hope I'm saying that right. Appreciate that. Got that full E-bar. Start cranking into these factory. I don't overflow too much. Actually, I kind of did. big deal. Is that 10%? Actually, that is kind of a lot. He's playing. I didn't catch that. I'm gonna have to change my build order up. I know he has the grunt back here. I'm not really sure where it's at. That's kind of a good cleanup for me, actually. Just gonna keep up the initiative here, so I'm gonna... I know he's got the red spot out somewhere. So I'll run by. Is that LLT already made? No, it's not. Hello. Kind of good for me, actually. Might not be trading so efficiently right now. I don't know if that matters as much.
Low power.
Yeah, kind of feeding right now, but I don't really know if it matters. His commander's not in his main anymore, so... I'm gonna have to switch into medium tanks here. Spend this metal. Ah, fuck.
Metal extractor lost. Metal extractor lost.
It's a good run by. Damn, exploiters are good.
Low power. Aircraft spotted.
Ooh, this is intense. Not really sure on that. I'm gonna pull back to my... I don't want to trade too much on his side of the map at the moment, so I'm just gonna try and find good fights. Can he make? Yeah, he can make paralyzer drones, so I need to get this into my build queue actually. Have a few with my army actually, so... Oh, it's a lot of units. What do you mean, are you getting in my base? I mean, did I feed too much? I'm not sure. Seal's kind of all in. Still have AA, that's good for me. So much wreck. I'm gonna have to bring my commander down there actually. don't want to die here, so I'm just gonna pull back. Like, I have T2 up, so I don't need to risk anything at the moment. Have AA. Still getting that metal. Good. See if he catches this run by.
T2 unit detected.
Oh, that's good. I mean, does that beat all my tanks? I don't even know, honestly. I guess so. Got him. I'm not really sure what to do here. I made a mistake going for a second lab, but see how that goes. Yeah, I think I'll just reclaim this real fast. Kind of fucked up and made that. I can get his T2 lab actually. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, GG. Wow, that was a lot more challenging than the first game. Look at these graphs. Team stats, yeah, little produced. Breaks around 5 minutes there. So I'm wondering what's like holding him back on this 5 to 10 minute mark here. I just can't. Is arm air not worth it and compared to T2? I like arm T1 air? I would always go at least T1 air before T2 switch. Sure. Yeah. I don't know what to say about that. Try adjusting your build queue. 1 con, 5 bullets, 3 scout. Be right back, guys. I gotta get my soup. Okay. Hope that was a decent game. I have some delicious looking chicken noodle soup cooking right now. Homemade, nothing but the best. Um, maybe he'll want to watch those replays. If not, hmm. Let me just check something real fast. Ooh, well, let me grab in here. He's in the super secret hidden Discord. Yeah, I guess it's the Super Bowl right now. Let me jump on Discord and talk to Neza. Hey, man.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Are your wife's a American football fan? Aren't you Canadian or am I?
Yeah, but Canadian football sucks.
Oh, okay. Dude, I was a little disappointed you kind of slept in this morning. I was really hoping you would you'd make it into the round of 16. 'Cause I mean, I know you can. I know you could have qualified for it, right? So at least in this.
I was pretty discouraged after losing to LDM anyways.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Don't be sorry. It's just, I mean, I knew I could have won. It's just, I didn't play my best. And this map is just, it's pissing me off, this map. Like, I want to learn this map, but I just can't get it right.
I have a replay of, like the one Below Deer and Zlo played. We can look at that if you like, or maybe just like watch one of the
Sure.
replays.
Yeah, either or.
Let me share my screen. Do you like favor bots or vehicles on this map? What do you think?
Neither. It's just more of, if I'm bots, I'm core. If I'm vehicles, I'm arm.
Bots, record, vehicles, arm. Okay. I think I do the same thing. Why do you play armed vehicles?
I like using Blitz. They're pretty easy to use for me.
They feel way stronger for raiding than incisors.
Yeah.
Like if you get them in the right place, they just deal so much damage. It's wild. So, like Blood Deer is the greediest man alive, but he made a really good point about how like grunts are slow. So like in vehicles versus bots on this map, it's you can get away with naked expanding just with like decent radar coverage and unit positioning. So I mean we'll see that from him here. Actually, this will be like the second or third time I've watched this replay. That was interesting. He goes 2 max 2 wind turbines, max wind turbine, and like the solar for the wind.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing 2 mechs, 2 wind mechs, and then whatever after, depending on the wind.
I've been doing the like 3 mechs and then you kind of like slightly build the solar so you don't stall on E and like finish the third mechs and then finish the solar.
Yeah, I used to do that, but if wind is strong, I don't want to miss out on it.
So what is this? Con first. 4 scouts con. Zlow's playing core grunts here, or core bots, right? And he goes tank, scout, tank after this second. And like, look at this, like 1 scout on the left side with a tank, 1 scout with a tank on the right side. I think he eventually starts raiding with these units too. Third con at like 3 minutes 10 seconds, something like, or 3 minutes.
Yeah, I've been watching too much Ragna, and he greeds cons like crazy. Like
Yeah,
he'll
he's
have
so
like
great.
4 or 5 cons by now.
Okay, cool. So he goes like he has 3 cons made, and then he just goes into 4 blitz, two scouts on repeat. I think he even had that at 3 at one point when I checked it another time. And then look at this, like naked expand here, naked expanding on the top side, just right into wind turbines.
He did have a LLT there.
Yeah, he canceled
but
it.
then, yeah, he canceled it. So I wonder what, like, he just felt he had map control, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, I haven't really been paying attention at all to like the raiding or harassing, but like at this point, it's gonna start getting out of hand because he's got like two blitz and a scout on the right side versus 3 grunts, and then he's got like 3 blitz, 2 scouts versus like nothing. So he can just like run anywhere he wants and just start harassing. It gets pretty wild here, but like just like this setup in and of itself, like what 3 cons? He's got a 4th one making at like 435, something like that. And that's just going to be moving over here to expand as well. So it's just kind of crazy.
I think I just built too many cons, and I'm too greedy. And that way I lose all the map control, and I lose all my initiative, and I can't
Yeah,
play properly.
it's a tight balance. Do you want to look at any more of this, or do you want to check out like that LDM game, or I know
Yeah, we can look at it. Like the resource graph in the LDM game is so interesting because I thought I was so behind, but if I had just held them off, I would have been looked like I could have been even.
Can you send me that replay file?
Yeah.
Oh, my timer just went off.
I just have to find it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool if you can't find it.
Yeah, I think I found Oh, and another reason my wife is watching the Super Bowl is because the whole Taylor Swift thing.
Oh, isn't she like kind of like dating one of the guy, like one of the players or something?
So yeah, she's dating one of the players in KC or whatever.
Wow. I don't really follow American football.
Yeah, me neither, to be honest. I used to play football, but that's about it.
I just kind of blast through this on like 3x speed or something like that. If you want me to pause it for a second, just let me know.
Yeah, so here I try and cheese him with one con into 6 splits and like 6 scouts. But he has enough shit by the time I get there, which was surprising to me. So I thought maybe he was trying to cheese me. Because he had way more stuff than I thought he would have. And I couldn't get in.
Yeah, I know this build. I've actually been using it in a couple of my matches, and I really think you have to like move around the commander, like somehow like swing behind and just destroy the wind. I think is really what you're going for.
That's exactly what I'm going for. But by the time I get to his base, he has an insane amount of grunts. It looks like he went one con into just mass grunts.
I think that's
so
what
exactly what I did. Yeah.
So if you want to do this build, you actually need to go 5 blitz, 1 scout, then like 2 or 3 cons. I think 2 cons would be fine. Because like you really delay the attack. Yeah, this is crazy. He's got all the grunts.
Yeah, I was just shocked at how many grunts he had. I felt like he was going all in. And then here, I'm already greeding because I was ready to just do some damage and then greed. But then he had grunts in my base, and I'm just like, how does he have so many grunts? So I was just shocked.
This is a really good open, actually, what he used. Oh, nice catch there, actually. I still think you could like swing behind the base and had gotten some damage there, but it's hard to tell like where his units are at without the scouts. So like if I do this build, I actually just like if I have my 5 blitzes, I'll just like click the scout on one of the blitzes so it kind of follows him around. And then if you want to like,
that's good. Yeah.
And if say your blitzes are right here, maybe a little farther back. Say they're back here and you want to attack the main, but you don't know what the commander is. Like when you're this close, then just send a scout ahead and see if you can just see where the commander's at, and then you just run around the other side or like.
Yeah. But you know what? I didn't even know his base was there because I was surprised his base wasn't where I spawned, because that's usually where people spawn.
Yeah, right.
So just the fact that I don't know, maybe he's not playing the same meta as a map. He doesn't play that much 1v1, so he just spawned somewhere else.
Yeah, I was he's not a much big of 1v1 player. I was pretty impressed with some of his plays in that recent 2v2 tournament though. So I mean, he's not like terrible by any means.
No, he's a good player. It's just you know, he doesn't have as much experience in 1v1. Like I told him when he started, he's like, I'm like, well, you're probably a 40+ OS player. You just have to catch up because he doesn't play 1v1.
Yeah, right. It doesn't mean he doesn't have the skill, right? Because like.
Yeah, he has a skill for sure.
To your point about his open, like the 1 con into grunts, I guess it was 1 con resbot into grunts. I think that's like a super stable open on 1v1s in 1v1s because like, I mean, you're never gonna die. It's like the most, like maybe the most safe way. I mean, I guess you could make only grunts and no cons, but I mean, as far as splitting the difference between expanding and playing safe, I think it's pretty.
Well, that's what I tried, and then that's actually what I tried, and then I ran out of metal, and then my next point of business is to just greed, because I'm thinking, oh, he'll have to recover after my raid, but like he actually never had anything, so that's why I'm so ahead in metal. Like it's insane. I'm double his income. But I don't know that. I feel like I'm like, oh, he has so many grunts. He's probably expanding because he's raiding the fuck out of me. I'm on my side of the map, so why wouldn't he greed, right? So that's why I was really surprised about the graph.
What do you do from here? Like, I guess, I mean, if I knew everything about this game, like I was you, I would maybe just start making wind turbines with my commander or something like that.
I just start dropping solar because I have so much metal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And yeah, I should really just start doing wind turbines and stuff with Commander and stop expanding, because I have so much metal. And like my problem here is I'm using all my cons to try and make power, but really what I should be doing is cranking units, like crazy. But I'm just cranking cons because I'm like, oh, I need to replace my dead cons. I have to expand. I have to make winds. Like my wind's dead. So, you know, I think my problem is I I can't keep track of what I should prioritize with all my cons and shit. Because I'm so ahead here. Like I'm still ahead. I have, you know, it maybe drops off close to here, but I have, you know, more income than him. I've produced way more. I produced an entire T2 lab more than him at this point.
Yeah, that's a big difference. And you have a pretty decent standing army. What is that? 12 blitz, 12 blitz here. Maybe you could have more, but to your point about the cons, like that can be really hard to know exactly where you're at, but
Yeah, I'm like emergency trying to just boost out power, replace all the wind turbines he just killed. I mean, he didn't kill that many. Like honestly, he killed maybe 4 or 5. It looked like maybe 6, which isn't nothing, but it felt worse than it actually was.
maybe the play would be just to like bring the commander back and assist the lab, right? Like and try and spend because like you need to spend the metal somehow. So it's either like using the build power to make the solars or just assist the lab. Not
Yeah,
sure.
that's a huge problem for me. Is I can't seem to balance my 1v1 macro properly, and it's partially because I never know when to build my first con turret. Here I have one, so that's good. But I'm just building another con to get for some reason instead of more army. So
Yeah, I mean you have plenty of build power. It seems like if you had set like what is this like one or two of these cons to make solars and like your commander even making solars like
and another issue for me is I'm not experienced in playing against good players in 1v1 either. So I didn't recognize the build. So if I had knew, like now I know, like if I see that many grunts early on, all I have to do is turtle and defend what I have, and then I'll be ahead. And then just crank units to be defensive because he's clearly he just expanded with 1 con on bots, and if he's on bots, he's supposed to be expanding way faster. But like he's only got how many mechs this year?
you made exploiters up here in this like it's kind of cute.
Yeah, exactly. So I should be. I'm so ahead, but I don't know it.
Yeah, actually he doesn't I mean he only has like 1, 2, 3, 6, 9 metal extractors right now. So I guess that explains the huge metal difference. But yeah, unfortunately, it's just one of those things. It's like now you know. It's like you'll never. It's not like you won't ever lose to it again, but it's like you have to lose to it to know. Unfortunately, like what can happen or what possibility there is. He turns back. That's interesting.
This feels so bad to me. Like I just feel horrible, but I shouldn't because, you know, if I just crank units, I'm ahead. But and here I'm like, oh, do I eat this metal? Do I get a drop a bot lab and start rezzing it? And I just don't know. I built so much energy, I decided to drop a bot lab and start rezzing it. But I should just be cranking, eating it and cranking.
I think if you're behind on initiative, it's better to reclaim than res. Like if you think you're kind of even and you might be you're split map and it's going to attrition, then yeah, start resing. But I think in this position when you're behind and you've spent your bank too, right? So
yeah, and now I'm behind on mexes. Now I have 3 mexes. Look at that.
yeah,
like
but
he
what there's like
rated
2K metal on your side of the map, right? Like,
yeah, but I mean like I don't like I can't think of that. I don't know how to eat it and use it. It just feels bad because for me, I'm like, oh, I lost all my mexes. I have no income. It just feels horrible at this point.
so I've been
You know what I mean?
yeah, it's I've been in this position many times. I want to say like I've like specifically against Novaya, because like he'll do this shit where he's like super aggressive, and you really don't know where you're at. Like, what has he been doing on the other side of the map? So it's like you feel super behind, but it's probably even. It's just kind of psychologically maybe in the middle of the game. You're like, where am I even at? Am I losing? Has he taken his whole half of the map, and I have like 0% chance of winning? So
Yeah, exactly. That's what it feels like right now, and that's what it felt like about 2 minutes ago when I was actually ahead and with a full metal bank, and I just wasted all my metal on building more build power instead of an army that could have just defended all that. Because I just barely, like, I had enough. I defended it. It's just he killed all my mexes. But there is a scenario there where I built an army and held my mexes.
Right.
But
One thing I'll note is if you know like okay he's gonna come through here and clear out all these mexes with units, it's like you can already have a con heading here to start replacing things, right? So it's like you have enough cons to like I mean send one here, send one and expand over here, right? It's like kind of hard to.
no, I know what you're saying, and I kind of did that in our last game. But it was kind of the same thing. It's like, okay, I'm just replacing this, but then as soon as I replace it, you come and kill it again, and it's just like, I don't know. I don't know where the balance is of cranking units and ecoing, and I'm more of a eco diff guy, so just cranking a bunch of units is hard for me because it feels all in. But then other people are doing it to me constantly, nonstop.
Right. Well, I mean that's the nature of 1v1s, and it's like you have to. I think that's why like setting the build queue on repeat and just having a con in there somewhere is pretty much the solution to that.
That's probably a good thing, yeah.
You're just like scaling your build power. Do you normally have a time when you put down the second lab, or is that just like a kind of, you have?
It's a feeling thing. It's just whatever I feel like it.
I think at this point, I would. I know you're trying to get the res bots out, but I mean, you have like you're stalling on metal in half of your mexes, so maybe like the commander starts reclaiming this lab, and then like one of these cons reclaims, and another two try and recap these mexes. Like you have, I don't know what exactly to do, but I think at this point it's kind of dicey.
Yeah, it's pretty. I don't know where I'm at. Like, look at the damage. Like he's just fucking wrecked me.
Yeah, stuff, man.
I'm still ahead of, like, I'm 3,000 ahead on metal, which is insane to me. And I haven't ate anything. Like, I haven't reclaimed anything. It's all from mexes.
Right. Well, that's a nice little pick off there, grabbing those. But like this is where it's gonna be. That's too much here. Just the medium tanks coming in.
Just insane. Like, I can't keep up with it. He's in every direction. And that's part of why I hate this map, because I'm just like, where do I spawn so I don't get constantly raided in every single direction constantly? And maybe it's because I spawn where I do.
No, I think it's a function of radar positioning because like you have the radar here, it catches like everything like moving across this bridge, and then of course like a radar here catches everything like moving through here. So you really just have to put like a scout on this high ground, and suddenly you have like vision of your entire side of the river, right?
But even if I have the vision, I always feel like I don't have enough units to stop their raids.
Yeah, that's a tough one to answer. I think it's more like splitting between proper like decent LLT position, but really just like rating yourself. It's like just throwing punches back somehow. It's kind of like this map is really strong for rating. Like if you just send like a single blitz like over here and just like run it up like on these extreme sides, right? I mean, apart from just like running scouts and stuff around in here in the middle of the map, I think it's like it's easy to raid on this map. So it's
Yeah, and for me, like, raiding is also psychologically damaging to me, and it shouldn't be, but like I leave a fuck ton of mass in people's bases, and then somehow they use it all. Whereas they leave, like, look at this guy left 3,000 metal in my base, and somehow I can't use it. Like,
yeah,
somehow I'm just like, I'd rather res it because I'm so energy rich. So it's just like, you know.
yeah, it's definitely like a tempo thing. It's like you don't even have you can't even res the stuff he's been raiding you with, or you can't even reclaim the stuff he's been raiding you with because like he has so much like pressure and tempo, right? That's why
He played really well. So, you know, I was disappointed in myself, but he played really well. He brought his A game, and I just didn't know what to do. And this map's been giving me trouble. I shouldn't have picked this map, to be honest.
I just want to look at that open again. He did because he must have studied up on this because this is like a proper 1v1 build. I might have to ask him and see if he practiced at all for this map or not. He just kind of winged it.
I think he winged it with the most conservative build he could possibly make. And the most conservative thing you can do on this map is make units.
Right.
And then, you know, someone slightly less conservative would be ahead with eco, but I went super greedy, so he punished me for it.
Yeah, I think the 3 cons. Did you go 3 cons or was it 2? I'm trying to remember.
I just went 1 con into my cheese, into 2 cons, and then I just made a bunch more cons, you know, every few blitz.
Do you know that Lord Vader guy?
He seems kind of new.
He's pretty good. I mean, he made it into the round of 16, so I'm curious to see.
Yeah, he's good. Pretty decent. I've taken quite a few games off him, but they're just practice games, so maybe he's just trying new things.
Yeah. So is this con first into Resbot into grunts, and he even gets like a radar up pretty quickly. This is nice. Yeah, I like this. Just straight grunts after that. That's wild.
Yeah, and it's smart.
Okay. Well, so thank you for reliving your experience yesterday with me.
It's all good. I mean, it's a learning experience for me too.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I've played. I mean, maybe not the exact same game, but I've been in that exact same position where you're like, "Fuck, what do I do?" There's 2,000 metal right now outside my base. I can't even reclaim it.
Yeah. I'm down for more games if you are. Maybe on a different map. This one's first.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll play one more, and then I have some soup that's pretty much finished up. I just gotta drop the noodles in it and
Sure.
cook, put the chicken in there. So, if you like, I'll jump off, and then I'll just go back. You can change the map if you like.
Sure. What do you want to play though?
Paradise Lost, of course. Yeah.
I'm no swimmer, so.
Nah, just pick a map. It's cool.
Okay.
All right. Cheers, man. Yeah. Thanks, Neza, for indulging me in that. I mean, I'm sure he was more disappointed than I was, but I was really hoping he would qualify. I know he can, so maybe next season. Oh, for sure next season. I bet you he'll qualify, and then like he'll figure out the whole balancing the eco build power making army thing. So, I mean, we all know Neza's a really strong player, so glad to see him improve. If you guys are watching, I appreciate hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel. I don't know how you would have found me if you weren't subscribed, so I just randomly found a guy streaming an RTS, but leave a comment. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know what you want to see. So this is Heartbreak Hill. I like to play a little skewed, not completely top down. I'm not sure exactly why, but this feels a little better this way. I don't think I want to try anything different. Maybe go for 2 max start, but as far as like spawning in a different location. Oh, you know what? I kind of got an idea, but I don't want to cheese him, but I'll just play standard. I had some thoughts to like put a vehicle lab up here and do like a 5 blitz start against him, but I don't want to put him on tilt. Okay, Delphus, thank you. All right, last one, boys. I like doing the 1 wind turbine here before we walk to this max. Wind is pretty good right now, so it's gonna let me fill up that E-bar. Hopefully just go 1 wind turbine into bot lab after this. I'll just swing back around and get this bot lab up. Maybe that's enough. I mean, wind's holding. 14.9 is pretty strong. Another 15 seconds, so... Very good. And then it just tilted back up, so we should be pretty comfortable here. More grunts. Got him. Alright, so we got that built. Pretty clean. I like to see that. Don't mind getting the solar collector up. Pretty build power efficient. I tried explaining that the other day on one of my like replays, and don't think I explained it too well how the solar is build power efficient, but maybe one day I'll be able to explain that. Energy bar is kind of filling up, so I think I might crank on these grunts for a half second or so. Put these out. I used to like splitting up the grunts, but I think having 2 together is a little better. Like to get like the single harass across the map. I think 2 is a little better. This is where you start stalling on metal, so I'm gonna come up here, grab these. Get some metal. That lets you get these 2 mexes up cleanly. I'm gonna send 3 grunts here, 2 grunts here. Is he playing ticks? Oh, he is. Gotta defend this pressure. It's pretty good for me, actually.
Low power.
Oh, I guess he's memeing. He's got a Centurion made already. I'm gonna get the res bot. I'm back up here. Juking and jiving. That's good for me. Nice little retreat here. Trade efficiently. Really defensive there. It's interesting. Single Centurion, I think I can actually overwhelm that. Yeah, I mean, one Centurion isn't going to stop this many grunts, right? Hey, Lynn. If you want, you can put some noodles in that. Soup, yeah. And I think it's like 10 minutes on the timer. You gotta run by here. Yeah, you put like 2 cups of chicken in, yeah. Oh, little hesitation there. Don't mind grabbing this middle here. Don't want to do that trade. Trying to get the turrets up. I don't think he's gonna get those up in time. Yeah, GG. Yeah, IRL multitasking. It's no joke. I hope you all like the stream. If you can, drop a like. Leave a comment, let me know. I'll be back. I'm gonna cast some of those qualifier games. Show Neza some love. Be sure to leave him some nice comments. And see you guys in the next cast. Yeah, thanks for joining us.